So I'll start the presentation. Okay, so here are the things that you need to know when teaching online. Please wait for a while. Okay, can you see the presentation?
For some of us, it's still loading.
Still loading, okay.
Sir, yes, sir. We can see the presentation.
All right, heads up if it's okay now. All right, so here I'm using Prezi. So this is one of the things that you'll be able to use during your presentation. It's quite fun because it's not as difficult as using PowerPoint presentation when you have to do overlays in making presentation. So here, let's start with the first one. So we'll start with your equipment, peripherals, and etc. So first, we'll talk about your laptop or computer specs. So what do we need? Kasi meron tayo sinasabi na minimum requirement and recommended requirement. Okay? So let's start with the minimum requirement. So if all of you have laptops, or if you're planning to acquire a laptop because you want to have a smooth classes during online classes, so here are the minimum requirements. You need to have an Intel i3, i5, or i7 5th gen. It means it's the 5th generation or any AMD equivalent. So the alternate processor for Intel is AMD. So you need to also have equivalent of 4 gigs of RAM. Most importantly, we usually use Windows OS. But if you're using Mac, it's okay, don't worry. Pero kasi mas okay kung Windows kasi you can do a lot of things. And there are a lot of softwares available in Windows which may not be available in iOS, or what we call iOS for laptops, for MacBooks or Mac Air. And of course, at least 20 gigs of free disk hard space. Kasi pag naubusan kayo ng RAM, kukunin niya yung ibang space sa hard disk niyo. Okay, but let's talk more about the recommended specs. Okay, so if you have any questions, just feel free to chat. Okay, so for the recommended specs, I do recommend you using Intel i3, i5, or i7 6th gen, meaning it's the 6th generation. So today we are having for today we have Intel 8th gen na. So it may be a little expensive. We don't say naman, or we don't discourage people buying second-hand laptops. Just make sure that when you buy second-hand laptops, you check every aspect of the laptop, especially does it heat up? Is it okay when it's charging? Does it read the memory or the RAM? Does it read the ROM or your hard disk? Also, I advise you to have 1 gig video card kasi nga, pag gumagamit tayo ng online classes, some softwares are very heavy. So it takes so much space and your computers will get tired. And of course, we need the Windows OS 64-bit. Most of the softwares that we use for online teaching is usually compatible with the 64-bit OS. And of course, at least 50 gigs free hard disk space. Okay? So any questions? Okay? Masyado po bang mabilis? Just tell me po if it's a little bit quick. Okay, so now let's go with the headset. Okay, why do we need headsets? And why do we want to have headsets like this? Kasi ganito siya. For me, I've been teaching online. I have kids. It's very noisy. So when we use headset with noise cancelling mic, you avoid to pick up other background noises. There is no definite noise cancelling mic na yung boses nyo lang talaga yung maririnig. However, we can minimize the background noise, especially if you're on the road or near the road. There are a lot of tricycles, jeeps, cars that's going back and forth on your street. So noise cancelling mic headset is really great to have. Also, it's better if you choose the USB plug. Kasi nga, when you use the jack, sometimes there are static noises that will be um, heard from your listeners or from your students. So we always want the USB plug. So here I have three options. I'm giving three options, which is available locally here in General Santos. I've also given the prices. So the lowest, the cheapest headset with noise canceling microphone that you can use is the Logitech H370. So these are all available. Okay, I'm just want to be clear. I'm not selling any headsets, but you can find this in Thinking Tools. They are the cheapest computer shop. You can also find this in Technomart beside KCC, or you can also opt to buy this in Octagon. Okay, for Plantronics 628, it's good, but it's a little bit big. Logitech is smaller than Plantronics 628. And also what's good about this is the noise canceling is very good compared to the Logitech H370. But if you really want to invest in a good headset, the one I'm using is Jabra Evolve 20. This is only available in Thinking Tools and it costs 1,750. But all of these noise canceling mic cannot cancel air. So for example, kung nakaharap kayo sa electric fan, tapos andyan yung microphone nyo, it will pick up the air, yung hangin. So medyo maingay. And what is good about Jabra is I'll show you. You can twist the camera either any way that you want. So it has a 180 degrees. Okay. So if you want your microphone on the right side, if you want your microphone on the left side, you can do both. You just have to change the position of your headset and just turn the microphone, which is really good for me. And as you can see, I have a cover. It's because my electric fan is underneath. So it picks up the air or the breeze or whatever you want to call it. Napipick up niya yung hangin. So it's very noisy. So I put cover on my microphone. But if the headset that you're going to buy already has its own foam, then it's okay. You don't have to put anything on the cover. But we do this as a precaution because a lot of students really complain. And the noise canceling can really help you out, filter a lot of background noises. So if you still have budget to invest in these headsets, then you can buy these. And what is good about this is if we stop teaching online, the resale value of this headset is still high. So unlike sa mga ibang headset na mumurahin, the resale value would be really, really low. But in this case, these headsets are resaleable because a lot of online teachers use the same headset. So I'll show you the pictures. Okay, so first here, this is what the box of the H370 looks like. It's small. The microphone is small. The microphone is twistable, but it cannot go around the back. So it's just a one way. So always the microphone is on your left. So this is the Logitech H370. So as you can see, it's still the USB plug. Okay. And the next one, this is what I've been telling you about the Plantronics Audio 628. So again, what is good about this headset is that you can see the buttons and it illuminates when you press one button. So if you press answer, it will show up red or increase the volume, decrease the volume, and inline mute button. So you don't have to mute from your software. You can just mute from your headset. So it's lesser hassle and it's easier to join like what you're doing right now. You're joining with the microphone, but if you have this inline functions or inline buttons, then you can easily mute first and then just join, and then they won't pick up any background noise from your end. And the last headset is the Jabra Evolve 20. So this is usually what call center agents use. Jabra is a little bit expensive. The higher the version, the expensive the item is. But we use this here because it's the only thing available here in General Santos. So if you want to invest in these headsets for handling classes, and also the sound is really, really great. It's really, really clear. So I think this would be very, very helpful for everyone. But I'm not suggesting you to buy all of it. There are also headsets or earphones, like the usual earphones that you use for your cell phones. There are a lot of headsets that has noise canceling mic, but it's tiring because you have to do this when you talk because the microphone is on the wire. So headset with the mic like this is really, really great. You don't have to move it a lot and you don't have to worry about whether the students hear you or not. Okay, and so now let's go with the HD webcam. So I'll show you the differences between the HD webcam. There are a lot of there are a lot of laptops that are not really good with the camera. Okay, let me show you one of my cameras here in my laptop. I can change it, please wait. Okay, so as you can see, this is my laptop camera. So it's not clear. It's hazy, it's dark, and it's really pangit, sobra. So another camera that I usually use is A4 Tech. So that's why I'm suggesting here, you use the A4 Tech camera or the Logitech camera. For those who have driver's license, you can see the Logitech camera in LTO. So that is what they use to take pictures of you to put on your license. So that's Logitech, but it's a little bit expensive. So we'll give you alternatives on what are the cheap webcams that you can buy. Okay, so the first webcam is here. This is the A4 Tech PK A3 5G. This is a little bit cheap because it's an old model, and I'll show you once more what it looks like. Hold on. Ay, mali. Saglit. Sorry. Oh, no, sorry. Sorry, maraming camera. All right, so this is the quality of the PK-A3 5G. So it's better than my regular camera. It's clearer, but it's cheap, so it's okay if you want to invest in a camera. If your laptop camera is not really that great, so you can use this one. Okay, and the next one, this is the A4 Tech PK900H. This is the camera I'm using. So here, it's clearer, it's HD. So as you can see on the last name, it's PK900H. It means it's HD camera. It supports 720p up to 1080p. So this is good, but it's a little expensive na. Nasa 1,500 na siya. But again, these are just alternatives that we use to make sure that your students is seeing you clearly when you're in the classroom or when you're teaching. Sorry. And this is the more expensive camera. It's the A4 Tech PK910H. It's the higher model than what I'm using. It has really great anti-glare feature. And it also has HD features. So, mas malinaw pa sa nakikita nyo ngayon. Okay. And the next one, here is this Logitech C270. I'm suggesting this. It's because it's available here in General Santos. So you can buy this here in Gensan. I think the price is like around 1,200. But again, this is not a must. This is just an alternative if your laptop camera is not good. Another available webcam here in Gensan is the Logitech C310. So these are available at Thinking Tools, Octagon. I'm not so sure about Technomart, but most of the cameras here are available in most of the shops here in Gensan. And the last one, this is what we see in LTO when you're getting your license. So this is the HD Pro webcam. It's C920, still Logitech. Logitech has a lot of great peripherals. So, or accessories for your laptops or your computers. This is really, really great. So, here, other things you may or may not need. LAN connection. LAN connection is very important sa mga nagti-teach online. Kasi for example, marami kayo sa bahay. Like here in our house, there are 6 people using the internet. So we use the LAN connection so that the transfer of data or the transfer of bandwidth is faster to your laptop compared to those using the Wi-Fi. And it gives you a more stable internet connection rather than using Wi-Fi. Kasi for example, like ako, I'm working in a room that's far from my router, and I have a like 15 meters LAN cable just so that my connection would not be compromised when I'm teaching online. Kasi all of our clients are from abroad. So right now, I'm currently employed in a Korean company. So I need to have the internet connection that is connected by LAN cable. It's very easy. You can just connect the LAN cable to your router and connect your LAN cable to your laptop or your desktop, which is very helpful. Another thing that you may need is the USB hub. It's another term for the USB port. Like it can have 3 ports, 4 ports, or how many ports that you want. Because there are a lot of things that you may need to plug. So I'll show you my plugs or what's happening on my laptop. Okay, there are a lot of wires connected. I have my headset, my extra camera, my LAN cable, of course, and this is the USB hub. It gives me extra ports on other things that I may or may not need. So, for example, gusto kong maglagay ng speaker aside from my headset. So it's okay. I can just add more without plugging and unplugging. And what is good about the USB hub is you're only using one port from your computer or from your laptop. And when you plug and unplug it, nasisira kasi yung port natin. So it's better if you have the extra hub. So dun lang kayo magpa-plug and unplug, and it doesn't compromise any of the ports that you have on your computer, on your laptop. It avoids being destroyed. And of course, for the backup internet connection, it's helpful to have backup internet connection kasi parehas sa amin, nung mga panahon na Jansan always experiences blackout, we have the backup internet connection. So what I use is sometimes we have pocket Wi-Fis. If you have the 4G version, that's great. But make sure that your backup internet connection has the capability to pick up signal that is best within your area. So for example, if you live in the area where Smart has the better internet connection, then please get the Smart backup or the Smart data. Kasi nga, if you use Globe, of course, papangat yung internet connection nyo. And the next one is, if you're in an area that uses Globe, then Globe is okay. There's no other alternative. It's just Smart and Globe. Kasi nga, Globe is under TM. They still use the same network. Smart, TNT, and Sun uses the same network. So it's either you choose Smart or Globe. Don't go for the other connections like Talk and Text or Sun Cellular Internet. It still comes from Smart. So it's better if you just use the main connections like from Smart and Globe. And we may use and sometimes we need a smartphone. Just like now, there are a lot of people who are using their smartphones. But I'll tell you more what is the purpose of your smartphone and why it is a good backup internet connection. Okay. So any questions? Just feel free to chat if you have any questions. Or kung masyadong mabilis, sorry lang. Okay, let's go with the next one. So here are the different softwares that you can use. Of course, you are already familiar with some of these softwares. So let's start with the Zoom. What I like about Zoom is you have the capability to mute or unmute the students. So this is really, really helpful for me. However, there is an issue with Zoom in the past few months that they have a security breach. So if you want to use Zoom for your classes, kasi konti-konti lang yung bandwidth na ginagamit niya. The audio is clearer, the video is clear, the presentation is clear. You can create a new email address, connect it with Zoom, and make sure that that email address is for Zoom only. You don't use it for payments, for your credit cards, for your accounts or bank accounts. So Zoom for me is still the number one. Okay, Skype is okay. It's commonly used, but the problem is Skype eats so much bandwidth or data na masyado nang naglalag yung connection nyo, masyado na rin choppy yung line. So I really don't recommend Skype that much unless there's only like 5 of you meeting or 10 of you meeting. That would be okay. Of course, you've already discussed the classroom, okay, the Google Classroom. It's good because you can just open it on your browser. And it's also great because it's for students. You can create links, or not links. You can create rooms for assignments, for presentations, or for submissions. This is also good. But for some, if you don't want to install any software, just like Google Classroom, we use Big Blue Button. What's good about this is you don't have to download any software as well from your mobile phone or for your laptop or your computer. You just have to log into the website, create a room, send the link of the room, and then anybody can join. Even if your students is only using the smartphone, they don't have to download any software. They can just join. They can see the presentation. Voice is clearer. I really recommend Big Blue Button. And video is good. Presentation is good. It's clear most of the time. Of course, it has to be it is relying to the internet connection of the presenter as well. Kasi nga, kung tayo din mismo na teacher, mabagal yung connection natin, pangit pa rin yung lalabas. So, if everybody has good internet connection, I'm not saying that you subscribe to PLDT or to Smart or to Globe na merong higher bandwidth like 20 Mbps or 30 Mbps. The lowest is okay, maybe 5 Mbps. You can subscribe if you're going to teach online. But make sure that you're connected to the LAN. Kasi nga, mas maganda siya na LAN connection tayo because it helps our students see the clearer picture when we're presenting online. And let's go here with the next one. So we have the different materials, okay? We can create PDF files from our lesson. One of the tips that I really like, one of the things I really like about PDF is that you can just take a picture of, alam ko naman most of us have smartphones, really smartphones. So what's good is I'm using this software. It's called Cam Scanner. You take a picture of the file and it converts the file into a PDF version. So you can just take pictures of the book and take pictures first, take all the pictures first, save, and then you can create the PDF file and which you can show or present to your students immediately. So yung mga walang books, makikita na nila yung book mismo. So it's also helpful kasi nga it's a two-way viewing na nakikita ni teacher yung book, but at the same time you can also share it. I know public schools are not really, unlike sa time namin na one student, one book, but now people share. So some students may not have the book, so it's good for them to see the book itself. Okay, of course, PowerPoint. PowerPoint is the one that's commonly used by a lot of people kasi nga, yun na yung nakasanayan natin. It's also great kasi we can create transitions, we can create dissolve and appear. So, yung nawawala-wala yung text kasi gusto mong palitan. What's confusing about it is because when you are trying to present, minsan may mga text na nag-o-overlap. So pag press mo ng next, nag-o-overlap siya. So for me, I've been using Prezi for a lot of years already. Kasi if I miss something, I can just create a new file, or not a new file. We still call it slide. I still create a new slide, put the thing that's missing there, and just route the path to that path na saan yung gusto kong ipakita. So I will show you later. So let's finish the presentation first. So Prezi for me is really good. So if you need the software, I will be sending you the cracked version from my Google Drive. I will share the softwares that I'm using so that everybody can have access. But this is only for laptops and computers, not for mobile phones. Okay, so here we also have the webcam. So ManyCam is a really great tool if you don't want to install any other softwares on your computer. So let's say, eto, Google Classroom lang tayo or Google Meeting. Tapos ayaw nyo na maglagay ng Zoom, ayaw nyo mag-open ng big blue button. What is helpful about ManyCam is I can share anything I want you to see. So for example, you can see me on my camera right now, but if I want to show you the presentation, I can still show it. So you can see the presentation now, okay? But if I want you to not see me, I can just choose a blank color. So that's color black. But if you are teachers of students from grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, I highly recommend this one. It's because it's quite fun for a lot of students. And because of these things that you can do. For example, let's say sabi ni student, teacher, the answer is like this or like that. So I can just put this on the side. So there's a wing. So great job. Or I can include a smile. Okay, let's wait for it. There, it's smiling. Oh, sorry. There, it's smiling. Or if I want to have this one, it's crying. So I can move it anywhere from my camera. So here, sorry, naguguluhan din ako saan siya. But then, it's good kasi nakakita siya ng student nyo. It's fun to put. Not only that, you can also add some things on your face to make students, or to catch the attention of your students rather. So for example, okay guys, pag lumabas kayo ng bahay, kailangan nyo magmask. Parang ganito, magmamask ka, kailangan mo ng mask. Right? So it's showing them that you want to be interactive with them. At the same time, it's fun. So if you want to scare your students, you can just put on the zombie face. Or if you're going to talk about outer space, then you can introduce, hi, I'm a teacher Tasha, I'm an astronaut, and now we're going to talk about space and what you can learn about space if you're teaching science. Okay? And also, you can teach a lot of things. You can create your own stickers or your own face accessories that will help the students understand. So if you're teaching about different kinds of jobs, okay, so a good example is this, like, look, what is my job? So I am a construction worker. I'm wearing this hat. Okay. Or let's say, what is my job? My job is a police officer. So there are a lot of things that you can play with ManyCam, which is very helpful. And at the same time, this is not the only limit. Okay. So here, you see me on my camera, okay, again, but if I want to show you the presentation, and I want to add my face, I just have to add my camera. So there, that's my other camera. Okay, so you can still see me. Okay, I can minimize my picture. You can see the presentation. I can move the presentation so you can still see it, but my video is still there. So kung ayaw nyo na talaga na maglagay or ayaw nyo na mag-install ng software, or kasi may crack version, or it's a little bit difficult for you to handle a lot of softwares if you're not used to doing multitasking, then ManyCam is also helpful. But it needs to be set before your classes start. So if, for example, like this, I want to add another camera, I can just use this. So there are now 2 cameras I'm using. So marami siyang function, and we like using this. It's because there are a lot of possibilities when you are teaching. So you can also add more. For example, hold on. If you're tired, if you don't have a background like mine, it is recommended to have a white background kasi nga para hindi na distract si student when you're teaching. A lot of students would like to see what's happening behind you. So it's good to have a white background. Okay lang naman na hindi tela, or a wall that's blank, that students won't have any distraction. And like this one, I can create my own background if I want. Sorry, nag-blend ako. Hindi ko pa ito siya na perfect, but it shows that you're in an office. So it's also great that if you want to use this, but I'll give more tutorials for this one. Or I can send videos for tutorials on how you can do this. Okay. And also, it would be great if you have like borders to see lang naman para lang maintay si student. Like, oh, what is the holiday today? So today is Thanksgiving. So as you can see, my border is Thanksgiving. Or you can also say, oh, has anybody seen snow before? Okay. So we have 4 seasons. So if you're teaching about the weather and the different seasons, you can include this border. There are a lot of borders available on their website, which you can install on your Manicam. It's helpful, it's interactive, it's great for students to catch their attention. Kasi nga, hindi talaga lahat ng estudyante makikinig sa inyo. I've also had a lot of problems handling classes, especially young learners, kasi what they want is they just want to play with their mobile phones, or they're distracted with the TV. So it's good to have some tools that you can catch their attention with. So Manicam is a great camera software, and you can also have a lot of you can do a lot of things. Not only share videos, but you can also share YouTube videos. You can play YouTube videos here. You can share it. You can also write texts. Okay, I'll show you an example. So here, I can, hold on, sorry, this one. So I can write and move anywhere I want. Okay, hi students. Okay, are you ready? So I can write, sorry, question mark. I can write anything on my screen. Okay. And if I want it to scroll, I can do it scrolling. Or if I want it right to left, I can also do that, or top to bottom. Okay. And up. So this is really good to use. Or if you're a math teacher and you need to write a lot of things, so you can just create a new slide like this, put on a blank image, which is white, for the whiteboard, let's say, and you can draw. So let's say, hi, okay, that I'm writing, okay. So hindi ko na kailangan another software to actually present a lot of things. So if you also want na hindi ma-distract yung picture nyo or yung webcam nyo, then you can create here. Hold on, I'll show you again. So here, instead of putting it here, I can put it on this side. Okay, so it's clear. It has more space so you can show. But since this is horizontal, so we'll change it to horizontal like this. So there you go. So marami siyang ways that you can include. So are you ready? We will start. Yes, I will share the installer. I will share it from my Google Drive. I'll send the link later. So here, if you want to write, we will start the lesson. Okay, there. So it's, for me, this is really, really convenient. I love this. So I've been using this for 4 years. So eto siya. And then, let's say you're trying to teach your students something that needs a time limit. So ManyCam also has a timer. Hold on. Okay, there. All right, so the time now is 10:01. So you can show it to your students like, oh, sige, pagka 10:30, dapat tapos niyo na yung ganitong homework or ganitong quiz. So you can see this. It also has a timer. It has like this one. Hold on, let me turn off the time. It has a countdown timer if you want. So you can increase the size. Okay, like this, and start the timer. Okay, so let's say I give you 30 seconds for the time for to prepare for your presentation. So this is the timer that you can use. Or if you want a countdown timer, oh sorry, wait. Turn it off, put down the countdown timer. Hala, nagdoble. Hold on. All right, there. So that's the countdown timer. If you want to increase the size, you can also increase the size. You can set the time. Let's say I'll only give you 10 minutes and it starts the countdown. So you as the teacher also knows that when you say it's 10 minutes, then you give them 10 minutes. So because the internet connection of some students may not be as good, or maybe their mobile data has a limit, sabihin natin like, oh, my mobile data is only 1 gig. So you can limit the time. You also as the teacher, you can see how much time is left when you're handling classes. So this is another function of the ManyCam. And you can, if you're tired, let's say you're tired, you don't want to make or to share your screen, you don't want to make presentations, you can actually share anything that you like from ManyCam. Hold on. I'll show you an example. So let's say, okay, class, I want to show you a picture of a lake. Alright, kasi ayaw nyo nang mag-download kasi meron na kayong nakastore sa laptop nyo or sa computer nyo. Gusto nyo na ipakita nyo na lang. ManyCam has a version in Google Play. However, it's not really good for multitasking. So, hindi ko masyado ina-advise yung ManyCam from Google Play. So, it's good for sharing though. So, here, I can show you the picture of a lake. So, pag tinamad ka na or if you have many classes within the day with the same subject, with the same things that you need to show, that with the same lectures that you're going to do, this is a good tool. You just have to download everything one time. You don't have to copy paste. You don't have to download the picture again kasi ang dami ko nang din-download, hindi ko na siya mahanap. You can actually store this immediately in your ManyCam. When you open your ManyCam, it will be there. And you just have to share it again and again and again to the different classes that you will be handling that day. So if you're done showing pictures or if you're done doing presentations for your students, you can go back to your main camera. And you can also change the settings. So sabihin na lang natin, madilim yung bahay namin. You can increase the brightness. Sorry, nawala na ako. There you can increase the brightness, decrease the brightness. You can also adjust the contrast, decrease the contrast. You can also choose grayscale. Okay, hindi na ako colored, or if you want this one, a lot of functions, a lot of great things that you can do if you want to limit the use of your laptop. Kasi nga, sabihin natin you cannot afford to buy the laptop right now. It's not in my priority to buy a laptop, or not in my priority to buy other things. So ManyCam is helpful so that you don't have to open a lot of softwares. You just need ManyCam, your presentation, the pictures or your PDF files, load it in ManyCam, start the video call, share everything from ManyCam. So that's it. If you want to use Skype, you don't have to open other things, just Skype and Manycam. You just have to link your Manycam as your default camera to any of the softwares that you would be using for teaching. All right. So let's go here. Now, how to do the basic troubleshooting when you have problems for your classes. Now we are going to know why mobile phones are very helpful or smartphones are very helpful. So we'll start with the internet connection. Prior to your class, we always advise to go online 30 minutes before the class for the teachers. The students can come anytime. Okay, but what is great for logging in 30 minutes before the time is you can, number one, you can practice on what you need to do. Again, you can familiarize with the software. If you need to load something, if you need to open some presentations, then you have to do it 30 minutes before your class. Next thing you have to do is you have to do a speed test. Make sure your internet connection is pristine at that moment when you're having classes. Kasi the pangit na connection of the teacher, the lesser the learning of the student. Lagi na lang kayo magsasabihan ng, hello, can you hear me? Hello, naririnig niyo ba ako? Malinaw ba? Ma'am, choppy, ma'am, choppy. So, not really good. I've had this experience for the past 8 years. It's not great. It's time consuming. And the reason why I suggest Zoom is like, for example, like earlier, there are a lot of unmuted mics. So if the teacher or if, let's say, the students does not hear you saying, hoy, patay yung microphone nyo, you just can mute them automatically in Zoom. Okay. So here, if you have internet connections as well, plug out and plug in your LAN cable. So again, LAN cable is very helpful because it gives you the direct internet connection. A lot of you may know this, but a lot of you may not. So LAN cable is very helpful. It's cheap lang naman. So if you're near your router, let's say mga 5 meters lang yung router niya from your computer, o nasa ano lang ata siya eh. Nasa 100 pesos lang siya in most of the computer shops around the city. Or here, if you are using Wi-Fi, let's say ikaw lang naman mag-isa, solo mo yung internet, no other people are using the internet. So you can just connect and disconnect your Wi-Fi connection just to make sure that you're well connected, or it's like refreshing your connection. If this doesn't work, if you still have problems, try to restart your laptop. Okay, but if restarting your laptop still does not work, restart your modem. Because most of us here who has home connections, we use a dynamic IP address. It means every time you refresh your Wi-Fi connection or your router, it will give you a different IP address. So if you turn off your modem, okay, the modem is the main internet connection. So it can be your PLDT, your Globe. Turn it off for 20 seconds. That's the recommended amount of time to reboot it. So 20 seconds to 30 seconds. And then turn it on, and then it will give you a new IP address which may or may not have a stable connection. Unless may naputol na naman na fiber connection somewhere sa Mindanao, then that is a really good way of refreshing it. Okay, and then once you restarted your modem, try it again. And I'm sure most of the time it will do the good job. It will do the job of helping you have a more stable connection than your previous connection. Okay, and now, if you have problems with your software, let's say, nagkakaproblema ako, ayaw niya mag-load, make sure to close and open the software again. You can do that by doing the task manager. Okay, so you can say, wait, let me share my screen. Sorry, saglit lang. All right, so I'm going to share you my screen. Okay, so what you do if you want to close a software, you have to right click from your taskbar, task manager. Okay, so here you can see this. Okay, let me just zoom in. All right, so here's the task manager. So you have to see the processes. So sometimes when you open a task manager, eto lang yung nakikita nyo. So this is very limited. But if you want to see all the processes that's happening in your computer, you have to click more details so that it will expand and you will see what are the softwares that you may use. So this is also very helpful when you're starting the class because there are a lot of softwares that you may not use during your classes, so you can just close them. Make sure not to close any softwares from Windows that will help you have a smooth OS, operating system. So just just close any softwares that you don't need. So for example, right now, I don't need the Zoom meeting. So I can end task. Okay, just right click, end task. And if you're using Zoom and it's malfunctioning, just try to open it again. So if you don't need to use any softwares that is showing from your taskbar, try to close it. It will give you more space and it will allow you to multitask kasi hindi na masyado nagagamit yung memory nyo. Okay, so this is great. So you can just see what are the things that are useful or not useful. Just make sure you don't close any processes relating to the operating system or else you need to restart your laptop kasi nawala na yung process so you have to go back again. Okay, so if that is for the software, but in case that you have really no internet connection, let's say, sige, naka-PLDT Wi-Fi ako, ay naka-PLDT fiber ako, pero nagka-problema si PLDT, wala akong internet connection, or let's say, naputulan na naman, nagkaroon na naman ng fiber break. Your mobile phone is your best friend. Okay, kung may kuryente naman kayo, you don't have to use your mobile phone for handling classes. If you have your mobile phone, you can do the USB tethering. So some of you may know this, but some not. So let's try to explain. USB tethering, it's like connecting your mobile phone to your computer or to your gadget or to your laptop, and it will show a LAN connection. So your internet will always be based on the connection that you provide to your laptop. So kung naka-LAN cable kayo, it would be better. Not LAN cable. Naka-USB tethering kayo would be great. So for me, I use a really short USB cord. Of course, it comes free from your laptop. Okay, it comes free with your phone. Comes free with your phone. All you have to do, plug it on your phone, plug it on your laptop, and then these are the processes. Okay, sandali po. So we'll show you the processes for iPhone or iPad. Okay, so you can go to your home screen, tap the settings, click personal hotspot. Okay, if you don't see personal hotspot, you can choose carrier and you will see it. This is for iPhone and iPad. And then switch to personal hotspot. Usually, nakikita na naman natin siya sa screen. I'm going to show you. Okay, the personal hotspot is here on the drop down menu. Okay, it's just here, somewhere here. Just have to drop down. You'll see your personal hotspot. Connect your device using the USB cable and the device will automatically begin tethering after syncing is complete. So this is for iPhone again. But if you're using Android, I know most of us are using Android. So I recorded this one to show you how to do it. Okay. So first, you have to go to your settings. Okay, you have to make sure, You have to make sure that your LAN cable your USB cable is already connected to your phone and your laptop. So you go to settings. Okay, and then you have to choose mobile network. Okay, and then choose personal hotspot. Turn on the personal hotspot. And when you're connected to the cable, go to more, and then you will you will see USB tethering, and then just turn it on, and it will connect to your internet immediately. iOS po, ito po. Hold on. Ito po yun, for iPhone and iPad. You don't have to do anything with your laptop. You just have to connect with your phone and you do everything on your phone. So here, you have to go to settings, turn on the personal hotspot. Or if you don't see the personal hotspot in your phone, you can choose carrier. And then again, choose a personal hotspot, turn on, connect your USB cable to your laptop or to your phone, and then it will automatically detect, okay, your USB tethering. So if you're in an area, sabi ko nga na maganda yung internet connection sa Globe or sa Smart, this is really great for helping as backup internet connection in case your main internet connection fails. Pocket Wi-Fi is also good. It's also great, and then you can also do the same thing. You can connect your Wi-Fi, your pocket Wi-Fi. You can connect your pocket Wi-Fi to your laptop or to your computer, and it will show you a LAN connection. Okay, so it will still show. Hold on, I'll show you my screen. Please wait. So if you're LAN, it will still show, or if you're connected to your phone for USB tethering, it's still like this. It's showing the same thing as the LAN connection that you connected to the internet. So again, I'm really encouraging people to use ManyCam. There are a lot of things that you can use, like this custom area for what you want to show your students. It's okay not to show everything to your students, but ManyCam can filter out what you want them to see. Okay, and so that is it for the presentation. Are there any questions? Hi, any questions? Yes po. Sige, I'll send the link to ManyCam. I'll send it here sa Google Meet. I will give you a link of the ManyCam so that you hold on. I'll send it here right now. Please wait. I'll just get it from my Google Drive. Anything else? You just for the ManyCam, I will be sending you a cracked version. Okay, please remember to not update the ManyCam I'm going to send you. Kasi pag in-update niyo siya, mawawala yung crack niya. So it will be more difficult for you to use a lot of features of the ManyCam, which we often use, especially pag gumagamit. Any other questions about the uses of other things? Any explanation that is unclear? May apps po ba ang ManyCam? Meron siya sa Google po. It is available in Google Play, but the feature is limited, so you cannot do what I'm doing right now. It's also, you can only share 2 screens, unlike in my ManyCam. Wait, let me show you. For my ManyCam, I can do a lot of things. Okay, here. Right, so here, this is the unlimited, or this is the cracked version. So as you can see, I can choose as many screens as I want. Marami siyang screen, but if you're not using the cracked version, this will be locked. The other windows will be locked, which you can load your classes immediately. So sabihin natin, I want my classes to be here. So you can choose, let's say, Here, I'll use this one. Okay, so this is my first class. Oh, sorry. Then you can rotate. You don't have to worry. This image. Oh, hala ka. Wait. Kasi it's panorama. All right, but then again, you can use this one or you can add more here so you can put all your PDFs in one area. Yes po, if you're using Android, it has limited features. You can't do most of the things that I'm doing right now here in Manicam. Other questions po? So, is that all, everyone? No other questions? Link ng Prezi. Yes po, I can provide the crack version of Prezi. Please, for these things, please try to follow the instructions given on the installer, or else you will have limited versions for all. Okay. I'm also going to include this software. This is called the ZD Screen Recorder. If you're if you're tired of doing the same lecture again and again, you can record your video or your screen and then just put it in Manicam and play it again. For example, let's say ako, tinamad ako mag-lecture or magbigay ng presentation today. I'll show you an example. I can put any videos. Hold on. Let's say, pampalipas oras, I'm tired of showing you, or I'm tired of talking again and again. Gusto ko lang i-play na lang yung gusto nyong lecture so I can add it on my Manicam. And I can play it. So as you can see, I can still show the video. So for math teachers, this is very helpful. Kasi kunyari tinamad na kayong magsulat paulit-ulit. So kung tamad na kayong magsulat paulit-ulit sa computation, you can just put it here while you're talking, or you can have this half of your recorded video, add another area for the video, and then this will be your computation area. So for me, this is the most convenient way. So as you can see, sasabihin nagle-lecture ako, sige class, panoorin nyo na lang yung computation dito sa kabilang side. Then you can see the computation here. So you don't have to say it again and again. You don't have to write again and again. So it's already there. You just have to load, unload, add videos, add pictures, add audio. So everything is here. Tutorial class, how to install this in our class. Sige po, you just have to install it in your computer and then link everything to any software that you would be using. Let's say if in Google Meet, you can select it here. Hold on. I'll add more. All right, so if you're using the browser, let's say in Google Meet, you can change, baliktad, wait. So you can still invert this. Maraming features sa Manicam. So if you've already installed the software, you can just change it here, select, and then change. Okay, so you can change your setting here, that instead of using the HD cam, you can use Manicam or whatever you want to use. So I'll still use Manicam because that's what I like. And that is it. That's what you do. So you just have to link it to any software that you want to use it from. Okay. Other questions? So for Prezi, I'll upload Prezi first. I'm not sure if I have Prezi installer, but I will upload the Prezi so that I can give you the link of the installation software and you can just download it also. Meron pa po bang questions? Hi. Other questions po? So hi, if everything is okay, if you still need to ask more or if you have any more questions, pwede po ba email yung link? My crack, yes po, I have a crack version. Yes, I can send the email. Yes, please give me your email addresses if you want so I can just share it. Send the email. Yes, please give me your email addresses if you want so I can just share it. Yes po, pag-gather, yes, it would be better to please have one gather all the email addresses so I can send it to you at one time, all the links. And yes po. One gather all the email addresses. So yes po. Mhm. All right, so if there are no more questions, again, thank you so much, teachers, for listening. I hope you learned something new today. And I hope that I was able to share some insights on how to handle classes or basic troubleshooting, basically, when you're having problems with your computer. And I hope that you do have a great day. Thank you.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, Ma'am Judith.
Hi, hello. Thank you so much, Ma'am Cearra Perez. What a wonderful session we have with you. Sir Ariel, are you still there? Ayan. Para sa mga nagtatanong, hihingi ng ating mga Princy and Manicam, kindly PM po sa ating kay Sir Roy Dito Yato para po maibigay natin kayo, Ma'am Cearra, ang inyong mga requests. Ano po? And of course, sa mga Kutobi request, paki-PM nyo na lang po directly sa akin para hindi dadami itong ating chat box. Ano? And may mga tanong pa ba regarding Manicam? Ma'am Cearra Perez still with us.
Ma'am Judith.
Yes, Ma'am Mabik.
Ma'am Judith, alam ko na marami ang na-amaze sa Manicam. Can we have a separate session for that na galing sa installation hanggang sa paggawa pa, how to manipulate with that Manicam? Kasi maganda siya, ma'am eh.
Okay po, we will talk with our sir, with our ITO and request again Ma'am Cearra Perez to Ma'am Cearra, are you of course we will request our speaker to give us some details on how to install and of course to manipulate the Manicam, no?
Sige po, okay lang po.
Ayun. Thank you so much, Ma'am Cearra. Ayan, Ma'am Mabik, the request is granted. But however, we will have our schedule na lang for that maybe on the next webinar, Ma'am Mabik.
Thank you very much. Salamat, Ma'am Ciara.
Ayan, maraming salamat po for being with us on this day. The whole Sarangani is really thankful for the session. Ang ganda. Ang dami naming natutunan. I would like to know if Sir Ariel is still with us. Sir Ariel, are you still with us? Updates, we have 206 nakapasok sa ating Meet and the 169 sa ating live session. Ayun. Sir Ariel. Nawala yata siya. Sige po, for the meantime, I would like to entertain some question. Anyway, nandito pa naman ang ating speaker, kung meron pa. Sige po, for the meantime, I would like to entertain some question. Anyway, nandito pa naman ang ating speaker, kung meron pa. Hello? Talaga.
Na-amaze sila. Nahilom na sila. Naguna-una na siguro, ma'am, kung paano himuon.
Bago nga siya. Para sa akin, bago din to sa akin. May tanong dito, Ma'am Cearra Perez, sa ating live stream. If daw nag-crack yung Manicam, paano po ba tayo makakapag-avail ng complete package?
Pag na-crack na po siya, automatically na-avail na po yung full features ng Manicam. So, you don't have to buy anything. Once cracked, everything is available. If you just want to add more pictures or more icons na personal, you can upload it in the website, download it from the website, and then install it in your Manicam. So, maybe the other teacher is correct, Ma'am. Thank you. Tama po. Kailangan po talaga natin siguro ng other seminar or webinar on installation and how to use Manicam and what are the ways that we can add more icons or add more backgrounds and borders for your Manicam to make it more lively and fun for your students.
Yeah. Ayan, talaga po. Nakikita ko ang galing-galing. We can have an interactive session with our learners in this online, magiging interesado ang ating mga kabataan sa pag-aaral. Even though they are at home, you can use mask. Nakikita ko, kahit nag-session tayo, we can have our mask. Sige po. What else? Sir Roy, are you still with me? Sir Roy, Sir Ariel. Wala yata sila. Sir Roy, are you still with me? Sir Roy, Ariel. Ayan. Mama Vic, do you have some more question?
Wala na po, ma'am, kasi yung Manicam lang talaga yung gusto namin. Kasi maganda, It's very interactive, tapos para sa mga kindergarten, sa grade 1, grade 2 hanggang grade 3, kahit na yung siguro senior high school ay ma-amaze din diyan kapag yung ginagamit ng mga teachers natin sa online yung Manicam.
Yeah, and the use of that frenzy, ang tagikot ng gusto matutunan yan until now hindi ko pa nakukuha. Exciting din yun, the use of the frenzy, how to manipulate everything. Okay, I can see some people, nandito pa ang ating mga supervisors, di ba? And Ma'am Donna Panes, parang nakita ko rin siya. Hello, Ma'am Don? Wala na si Ma'am Donna sa ano. Hello po.
Parang may delayed telecast ka, no?
Ma'am, by the way po, if you also want tutorials for Prezi on how to use Prezi, kasi medyo mas maganda din siya when it comes to presentation compared to PowerPoint, then we can also have the tutorial, a different tutorial for Prezi, a different tutorial for Manicam.
Yan, maraming salamat po. Ang tabayanan natin, we have so much time to schedule din, no? Marami pa na, may June, July pa tayo for this webinar, no? We will learn more about these online platforms, the Prezi, very exciting yun. Yung ano po, yung link so that we could download it. Pwede ba namin mahingi, Ma'am Shara?
Yes po, I'm already copying na po most of the email addresses na nasa chat box. I will send it later po once okay na or na-compile ko na po lahat in one file.
Ayan. So, sino pa yung gusto ng ating mga ng apps ng Prezi and Manicam? Lagay nyo na lang po daw yung inyong mga email addresses para pag makompleto na ng ating speaker, maibigay na natin, mai-download na po natin ang ating apps. Ayan na po natin.
Hi, Ma'am Cheryl Patente. Yes, there are tutorials po in YouTube. Marami naman po. Kasi lang, you have to look for one particular, for example, how to upload, that's one video. How to do one thing, that's another video. So marami naman po talaga online on YouTube. But you have to choose and look for a lot of videos to get everything.
Ayan. Mama Vic, anything to updates to say something para meron tayong or to thank our speaker this morning.
I would like to thank Ma'am Ciara, no, na kagaling-galing niya kasi 8 years na siya online tutor, no? Sa Korea ba yun, Ma'am?
Currently lang, ma'am, pero I've taught Japanese, Chinese, Koreans, and Thais and Vietnamese po.
Thank you very much, no? Ang bata mo pa pero ang galing-galing mo na. So let us say thank you, and I hope na this is not the last time na magkaroon tayo ng tutorial with you. So thank you very much and see you again.
Ayan, maraming salamat. Our schools division superintendent, Sir Hildo Musqueda. We are so thankful that you have shared your skills and of course your knowledge on this online platform where kagamit po ng ating mga teachers in the whole Sarangani. Parang we will multiply, no? Multiply the idea and i-download din natin sa ating mga mga students and of course our co-teachers, i-mentor natin sila so that we could provide them with our dream, the quality education. Maraming salamat po talaga, Ma'am Cearra Perez.
No problem. And by the way po, ma'am, for those people po who feels discouraged kasi masanay sila mag-teach on a classroom setting, online teaching may be a difficult transition for a lot of people, but it is really effective for a lot of students given if the parents are beside them po. Yun talaga yung pinaka-importante. Katabi po ng parents kasi the students will not listen if they're left alone. So don't be discouraged. Teaching online may be a big step, but trust me, it's great. It's convenient and it's fun.
Thank you so much, Sir Roy. Hello.
Ma'am Ciara, as in our second topic webinar, series of webinar. Sa pangalawang topic pa lang po tayo, pero napakaganda na po ng ating mga resulta. No? The first time we have the maximizing the use of Google platforms delivered to us by no other than our Google innovator, Sir Ariel Lalisan. Siya rin yata ang lead educator ng Southeast Asia pala, si Sir Ariel. Sinabi, chinismis ka kasi sa akin na ni Sir Abel. So, sinabi niya sa akin yung anyway, thank you Ma'am Cearra for a bit today. And yung papasalamat talaga kami na nabigyan mo kami ng time mo to be with us and give us the very useful tips and protocols in conducting online class. Masasabi ko lang talaga ngayon, this is our second topic, so we still have more this coming Friday. So this afternoon, Sir Ariel will be back, tapos may ibibigay siya ng mga mga tips and tricks yata sa Google, I think. So mga 1:30, Ma'am Jude, yata ang balik ni Sir Ariel. So for now, balik ko kayo kay Ma'am Jude and kay Ma'am Cearra. Baka may mga questions pa kayo na pwedeng masagot. No? If you have any clarification then for this coming Friday, later on magbibigay ako sa inyo ng mga dapat gawin before Friday para ma-download na natin yung mga dapat i-download. Okay? Sige Ma'am Jude. Hello, Ma'am Jude. Ma'am Judith. Bakit ka nakamute? Back to you, Ma'am Jude.
Nakamute ka, Jude.
Nakamute si Ma'am Judith.
Hello? Kamay na, Nana? Hello? Ayan, nagloko ang aking mikropono. Kaya hindi ko kayo nakita at hindi ko kayo na... Okay, Sir Roy, maraming salamat to them. So what's now, Sir Roy? Anong pwede natin gawin this time? We have already our speaker done sa kanyang topic. Nag-gather na tayo ng ating mga para sa kanilang Prezi at saka sa Menicam. Ayan. Maraming humingi ng kanilang apps. Nakikita ko si Roy sa ating webinar, ang daming interesadong mga teachers. Diba?
Yun nga, actually, ang nangyari sa ating DepEd tayo Sarangani na page na humataw tayo ng husto doon dahil doon sa webinars, no? Yan pala ang reason. So, ibig sabihin, napakaraming interesado. Kahit tapos na po tayo doon sa araw na yun, Friday, tuloy-tuloy po ang panunood ng ating mga teachers Saturday hanggang Sunday. Hanggang ngayon po, kaya nagkaroon tayo na napakalaking engagement doon sa ating page, no? And bakit malaking bagay sa atin yung engagement na yun? It's because minomonitor po ang lahat ng DepEd tayo pages ng ating central office. Tinitingnan po nila kung merong DepEd tayo na page na hindi po gumagana or hindi ginagamit. At saka talaga pong tinatawag ang atensyon ng mga division na hindi po gumagana ang kanilang DepEd tayo page. So based on statistics, right now, nalamangan po natin sa engagement ang DepEd Argent. Yung buong region mismo, nalamangan po ng DepEd Sarangani yun. So salamat po sa pagtangkilik nyo sa ating mga webinars dahil yun po ang main na medyo dahilan talaga na umangat po ang DepEd tayo Sarangani. So thank you to everybody. Ma'am Jud.
Opo, maraming salamat po. No, nakita ko yan. I am amazed the other day nang binigay mo sa akin yung result. 15%, more than 15% ang ating nakuha of time pinakamataas. Tama yun, naungusan nga natin sa region. Nang dahil yon sa webinar, I am so very happy. And ang mga engagement natin sa ating DepEd tayo Sarangani. Kaya mga kasama ko na taga Sarangani, DepEd Sarangani, please, no? As tawag nito, laging updated tayo sa ating DepEd tayo Sarangani. And congratulations, Sir Roy, for having this webinar, initiating this webinar.
Salamat din Ma'am Jude for being with us these sessions, no? And right now I am already crafting the course outline for the next webinar kasi nga talagang dinidesign ko yung webinar kasi na dapat yung benefit is nasa step basta-basta lang po namin na ginagawa yung webinar. So if napansin po ninyo, the first step is to introduce to you all the apps of Google, no? Para alam natin. The next step is to introduce you to the protocols, no? Dapat alam din natin ano ang tama at mali at ano ang dapat ginagawa at hindi dapat gawin. The next third step will be the upskilling na yung paggawa ng mga learning resources. Wala pong laman yun, no? So yung mga na atin pong ituturo sa inyo kung paano gawin, para po yan sa, hindi lang po sa online na modality, pwede po yan dun sa offline din, no? Basta yung mga bata may gadget, pwede natin silang bigyan ng mga learning resource material na ginawa natin electronically. I am a new, because this is a series, ang tawag natin dito, Embracing the New Normal Webinar Series. Si series nga siya. So, meron siyang part 2. So, I know, excited na naman tayo dito sa part 2, no? Pero sa dati po ng webinar kasi na kinakandak din ng Central Office, sinisigurado na kakandak natin, hindi po magdudugtong mga central. More on upskilling din kasi at saka capacity si Central Office, ang ginagawa natin is pumupunta tayo dun sa gitna. Yung mga kulang pa. So ngayon tuturuan namin kayo ngayong Friday. Electronic books, no? E-book kung tawagin natin. Next webinar natin, ang ituturo na naman natin sa inyo, I already talked to our speakers, no? May mga may mga na invite na rin ako na speaker. Actually, they have this dapat ituro sa inyo. With Sir Ariel, Tantan, I thinking of having a script writer, no? Basic in script writing. Kasi nga, ituro namin sa inyo is how to create your own video tutorial. Yung tamang pamamaraan. Ay, nasabi ko na tuloy. Sorry na share. Next naman natin, is basic layouting. Kasi alam naman natin na yung bawat school natin, city coordinator, kaya lahat-lahat ng gusto natin ipagawa before, pinapasa natin mga ICT coordinator. But this time, dahil nasa bahay lang, tayo rin matuto, no? Paano ang tamang pag-layout, paano ang tamang paggamit ng mga layouting tools. So, ang sunod niyan is script writing because I am, by the way, this coming Friday, marami kayong matututunan this coming Friday ng mga tools. So, kakailanganin niyo yung additional skills like videography. I don't know about photography. Kung maituro rin. We still have to talk to our speakers. Tapos yung basic layouting at saka yung ating script writing. No? So, yun ang part 2 ng ating webinar. Hopefully, nandyan pa rin kayo.
Ayan. Yes, Sir Roy, antabayanan namin yung iyong yung session na yon. I understand this is a collaboration kasi yung mga session topics natin, yung mga kailangan ibibigay natin sa ating mga teachers are also coming from them. Remember yung ating evaluation on the first part of our webinar, ang dami nilang request. Parang napuno yata yung aking sheet. Ano bang dapat na mga training at mga sessions na ibibigay natin? Kaya ulitin ko, sinasabi natin na this webinar is a collaboration. Yung boses ninyo, naririnig namin, and we will give you sa makakaya namin. And of course, Sir Roy will give you the best speaker for the things that you are asking from us. Diba, Sir Roy? Hello. Ito ay isang problema ng ating
Hello. Kasi nag-mute ng ano.
Oo. Sir Roy, may chat dito from Sir Noli Cabaylo. May request sila actually for a service credits during this time, lalo na ating summer pa ngayon. Anong masasabi mo dito, Sir Roy?
I will ask personally, Sir SDS, no, about that. Siguro later kasi pagkatapos ng ating webinar, I will be asking SDS kung pwede ba natin silang bigyan ng service credit. Yun lang naman kasi din ang kailangan ng ating mga teachers, ma-appreciate nila tapos mag-join sila sa ating mga webinars dahil dun sa service credit na yun, especially ngayon summer. Sige Ma'am Jude, yun lang. Hindi ko pa masabi na or importante po ay tanong natin. Meron
Sir Roy, yung ating certificate sa first part, kailan natin ibibigay through online?
Sa email po nila yon darating. We are now on the process of nabot ng 899. Akala ko mga 200 plus lang yung bibigyan. Nung tinignan ko kasi yung attendance, overwhelming kasi yung dami nung bibigyan. Kaya nga congratulations sa ating lahat. Napakarami po natin bibigyan ng certificate. Yung iba, participation. Yung iba naman for completing the task given. So yung number of certificate for completion, kukunin ko pa yung list kasi kay Sir Ariel kasi until now marami pa rin kasing classrooms na. So wait po, antayin nila po yung certificate, darating po yun sa email address. Basta yung email address po ninyo na nilagay doon sa inyong registration, doon ko po i-send. Dapat mabuksan po ninyo yung email address na yun.
Okay. Thank you so much with that, Sir Roy. Okay, so ang ating service credits, hintayin natin ang feedback, ang update mamaya after makausap ng ITO, ang ating schools division superintendent, and of course ang personnel, kasi naintindihan ko, we have to request the service credits. And another thing, ang certificates natin, in my list, Sir Roy, sa attendance last first part natin, we have 428 na nakapag-attendance. Hindi ko alam kung ilan din yung nakakapag-submit ng ating outputs. Si Sir Ariel ang may control. Okay, so hindi na po tayo tumatanggap ng attendance ng part 1. Later, yung mga nag-request kung saan kayo magpapa-attendance, ibibigay po namin sa inyo ang link for part 2. Sir Roy?
Sige po, Ma'am June, thank you. So wala na akong masabi. Nakikita ko naman dito we have 206 kanina, halos ma-saturate natin ang Google Meet. Alam niyo ba na ang limit na ng Google Meet is 250? Halos umabot tayo ng 250 sa Meet mismo. So yung aking microphone, pag masyado na kasi marami ang nag-join, minsan naglolo ko na yun. Minsan hindi niya na ma-open yung microphone. So just bear with us na lang muna for that technical problem ng Google Meet. Kasi pag nag-zoom tayo, lahat tayo nag-zoom, bababa naman tayo sa hanggang 40 minutes lang pag masyadong marami ang joiner. So dito na lang tayo sa Google Meet dahil libre naman po ito sa atin. No? Libre po ito. Open po sa lahat ito. May DepEd email or hindi, pwede.
Yeah. Sige. For the meantime, Sir Roy, dahil end ng ating first session, can we call it a break? But still, they can chat for their email address. We will accommodate them for their email addresses na process po ng ating speaker para ma-send po sa kanila yung ating hinihingi nila na Manycam at saka Prezi. Can we call it a break and be back at 1?
Oh, yes po. Yes po.
Noon?
Sige po, Ma'am Jude, mag-chat na lang sila kung gusto nila. But I will be playing video tutorial coming from Sir Ariel, no? Para sa ating filler para meron silang pinapanood habang nasa break tayo.
Yan, maraming salamat po. Again, so we will have our break but sa ating break, magkakaroon po ng ating video tutorial. And while you are watching our video tutorial, you will type your email address sa ating chat para po ma-upload and ma-download. Mada-download ninyo ang mga apps natin. So with that, maraming salamat. Happy lunch, everyone.
Thank you po. Bye.
Thank you po. Bye po.
May mga naka-open na microphone.
Thank you po, sir. Salamat po.
Hello, dito tayo mamayang 1:30. No, balik tayo mga 1:30. Doon sa mga nire-release yung attendance para sa test na mamayang hapon with Sir Ariel. Thank you.
Live.
Kami. Anong telephone?
Kayo na lang mag-type dyan. Yung sa live streaming natin, they are asking for their copy, no?
Live stream?
Opo, may mga email addresses silang binibigay, hindi kasi sila nakapasok sa ating chat para makapture ni Ma'am Cearra.
Okay. Sa chat box.
Sa chat box. Para makapture ni Ma'am Cearra yung kanilang email addresses para mabigyan din sila ng apps natin.
Okay. Ganito na lang siguro. I-share ko na lang kay Sir Ariel yung attendance na mga nagsali ngayon. So, nag-register for this webinar. Ibigay ko na lang kay Sir Ariel para i-send niya lang kay Ma'am Cearra.
Okay.
Kasi kapag isa-isahin natin yan dito sa chat box, napakarami po. Napakahirap pong So yung mga hindi pa naka-register doon sa ating registration form for this webinar, mas maganda mag-register na po kayo para maisama po kayo doon sa isi-send kay Ma'am Cearra. May mga napadala na si Ma'am Cearra. Sige, thank you po. Thank you.
Okay. Yan, maraming salamat Ma'am Shara. Nakaka-receive na rin ako. Rezi, ZD Screen at Manicam. Okay, nag-acknowledge na po sila. Ma'am Shara, maraming salamat po.
Ma'am Judith,
Yes, ma'am.
necessary ba talaga na isa-isahin ni Ma'am Shara or kung meron lang tayong lead person na
Opo.
bibigyan ng na halimbawa sa mga school heads na lang, tapos yung school heads nila ang mag-forward para sa mga teachers nila, para parang hassle yata kay Ma'am Shara.
Ano po siya? Anyway, Ma'am Mavic, copy-paste lang naman yung yung kanilang mga email addresses, and then Sir Ariel Lalisan will help siya, Ma'am Shara, mag-copy ng kanilang mga email addresses.
Okay, pati ako nakatanggap na rin. Thank you.
Thank you. Kung pwede na sana ito ma-share, ano? I don't know if this is shareable. Paano ba to? Okay, yung mga nasa live streaming natin, paki-register na lang po kayo para ma-capture ni Sir Roy ang inyong mga email addresses. Sir Roy, pwede bang mabigay mo sa kanila how to register again, lalo na yung nasa live stream natin? Sir Roy. Sir Roy.
Okay. Sige. I-ano ko. Nalilito kasi ako dito sa na-click ko kasi yung closed caption. Ang sinasabi ng translation doon sa kay Ma'am Judith is puro la. You are now allowed to tinker with those tools, no? Wag lang yung share, wag lang yung present now ang gamitin, no? Tingnan niyo yung turn na caption. Nagkakaroon po siya ng sariling translation. Nakakatuwa po.
Kaya pala nagkanta ka Sir Roy ng la dyan.
Oo, dahil sa closed caption. yung sinasabi kasi ni Ma'am Judith na translate ng closed caption into la.
Akala ko kasi inspired ka kaya kumakanta ka ng la.
Makalingaw man gud ang caption kay kung mag-Bisaya ka, mag-Tagalog, maghimo siya iyang sariling interpretation.
Gani.
Pero ang galing nasundan ko kanina si Ma'am Shara, talagang klarong-klaro yung sa caption, yung kanyang dito sinasabi, galing. Sige, for those who are using this Meet, pwede nyo pong i-explore ang ating apps. Kasi gagamitin nyo to sa inyong mga klase, remember that. Ang napakaganda din naman sa Meet, Sir Roy, na ko, aside from yung sa Teams and other thing, pag nag-leave ka, ang bilis mong makapasok ulit.
Yes,
diba?
yan ang isa. Yes po, yun ang isa sa feature niya na maganda. Rejoin ka lang. No?
Rejoin. Kagaya ng iba, yung sa Teams at saka sa Meet, sa Teams at saka sa Zoom yata yun, kailangan mo pang i-accept ka ng host. Pero sa Google Meet, join ka lang ng join. Basta you have the code.
Masaya.
Ayan. Pa-share ng mga craft. Paano ba to? Ang bilis kasi sa hindi ko makakuha itong yung kanilang mga email addresses sa stream. Sir Roy, basig na kasi SDS. Ayan.
SDS nasa kubo
Okay. Ang daming nagsasabi. Good morning. Pa-shout out naman daw. Good morning. Watching from Rugaya. May mga webinars conducted by different group. Conflict sa schedule sa webinar ng DepEd. Sino pa kanila? ba sa kanila ang connected sa DepEd? Sana may list. Ano ito sinasabi nila si Roy? May mga webinars na conducted by different groups, conflict sa schedule dito sa webinar ng DepEd tayo. Sino ba sa kanila ang connected sa DepEd? Sana may list na i-post sa DepEd tayo. Sir Roy, what can you say with this?
Actually, yun din ang pinag-uusapan namin kanina ni SDS na kasi marami nga mga webinars na kinakandak, may mga school-based, may mga district-based. Meron nga memo yata na lumabas that all webinars should be in coordination with the HRTD pala, Human Resource, at saka approval ni SDS ang ikakandak na webinar. Actually, ang nangyari kasi niyan, doon sa central office kasi, for a certain division natin, may mga teachers din na nag-conduct ng webinar for a fee. Nagbabayad sila, no? So, yun nga ang nangyari, kaya lumabas yung memo from central office that all webinars should be approved first by the SDS. Kaya nga, nung kinandak namin yung webinar na to, we seek the approval of SDS at siya rin ang nagbigay ng nagpirma doon sa ating advisory that we are allowed to conduct webinars. So kung meron man kayo mga webinars na sinasalihan, minsan merong webinar from central office, minsan may webinars. We cannot do what you are asking is a list of webinars para magkaroon ng magandang setup, no? Kasi yung central office, they are doing their own webinars na hindi naman po nila tinatanong sa atin kung kailan o hindi nila binibigay sa atin yung mga schedules at one time, no? Tapos araw-araw po may webinars po sila, but then yung mga webinars nila is for the benefit of everybody. Hindi po yun specific para sa isang division lang na yung needs, no? Kagaya sa atin, we have our own needs, kaya nagkakaroon tayo ng webinar na para sa DepEd Sarangani. Hindi po nila ginagawa yun. Ang ginagawa po nila, nagkakaroon sila ng webinar para po sa lahat kasi nga central office. So yung nagtatanong na kung dapat ba magkaroon ng list of webinars para alam nila kung saan sila mag-conduct, hindi po kayang gawin ng division yan dahil alam natin na lahat ng webinars is dumadaan dapat kay SDS, no? Kung ngayon, kung may webinar na nangyayari dyan na hindi naman kay SDS, nasa sa inyo na po yon kung sumali kayo doon o dito sa official webinars na division.
Okay, maraming salamat Sir Roy, ano? So, ang mga webinars po dapat ay may paalam, may approval sa ating schools division superintendent. Tama kasi conflict din yan mamaya para sa amin, ano, yung webinar, yung region may webinar this 1 p.m. So kaming mga school heads at mga EPs and supervisors and mga heads of the offices will be joining with the regional webinar, Sir Roy. So maiiwan namin kayo dito sa division office na webinar.
Oo nga. Actually, naka-join na ako doon sa open na
Yan. Pero wag mag-alala dahil yes Sir Roy, wag mag-alala dahil pwede naman hatiin namin ang aming laptop. One window will be the division and one window for the region sa pakikinig ng ating mga sessions this afternoon. Yan, conflict. Ano pa?
Yes, ngayong 1:30, kaya nga dalawa yung ating yung ginagamit ko na computer ngayon para yung isa hindi maputol yung ating live coverage at saka yung ating presentations. So, multitasking po tayo later on. Sige Ma'am Jude.
Opo. Sir Roy, ito ba dahil live streaming na pwedeng ma-replay ang ating show, ang ating ngayon?
Yes po, ang live stream po kasi siya, so pwedeng panoorin nyo ulit later on. Kung may mga hindi kayo na-catch up dun sa mga sinasabi ni Ma'am Cearra, i-check nyo lang later pag na-process na ng FB yung ating live, magkakaroon yan siya ng recording. I-play, pwede niya i-play balik-balik.
Ayan, maraming salamat po. We will try to explore itong naibigay ni Ma'am Shara kung pwede ba ito ma-send sa mga hindi hindi naka-receive. But anyway, I know, I am really hopeful that our speaker is tawag nito, we keep in touch with her para po mabigyan tayo ng apps ng Prezi at saka Menicam sa mga hindi para hindi mabigbigyan. Kasi ang dami na, sobra. Ay, registration link. Yung registration link, mamaya po, bibigay namin. Kaya be sure na makapag-join kayo this afternoon. Tama, Sir Roy?
Yes pa. Tama po yan. Actually, meron na akong ginagawa ngayon para ma-shorten yung ang link, tapos i-send ko na kagad doon sa chat box. I-send ko rin doon sa live.
Ayan. So mamaya po ang ating registration. Bibigyan namin kayo ng link para sa ating attendance. Ito hinihingi niya is magpaparegister siya, Sir Roy.
Registration.
Sige,
sa attendance na lang, pwede naman. Sa attendance na lang.
Okay. So sa attendance na lang. Makapture man ang email address doon, Sige.
Sige. I-require natin ang email address dito sa attendance para...
Ayan. So kung anong mga request ng ating mga kamit, ayan. Ano pa ba ang kanilang mga request? Shout out. No, hindi lang taga Sarangani ang nanonood si Roy. May mga taga Jensen ako nakikita. Mga kakilala. Wow.
Wow, very good. Actually, may mga private schools din po, Ma'am Jud, na in-invite si Ma'am Gar. I hope they are here right now. I-acknowledge pala natin yung ating mga educators from the private institutions. Kasi this is not only for us, no, yung mga upskilling, yung mga capability building na ito during this time of new normal. Hindi lang po ito dapat para sa atin, Ma'am Jud. Hindi lang para dapat pansarili natin. We have also to develop the skills of our kung wala pa po sila, no, kung wala pa po silang mga ganong klaseng webinars, then they are free to join para magkaroon din naman sila ng mga idea kung paano i-conduct ang mga online classrooms. Kasi yung mga bata, wala namang pinipili yun eh. Nagkataon lang na nasa private ang nag-aaral yung iba, nasa public yung iba. So, welcome. Welcome po kayo lahat dito kung mag-join po kayo.
Yes, welcome. No, welcome po ang lahat na mag-join kahit sa ibang division. I can remember, tama pala, bakit may other division? I invited Ma'am Ruth Estacio and her people to join with us sa aming...
Okay.
At saka yung ating mga friends sa Jensen. Kaya ang dami na natin. Thank you so much. Galing. Sana po may natutunan kayo sa amin at nagkakaroon din kayo ng interest, no? Para with this. Lahat naman po ito ng ginagawa natin ay para sa ating mga kabataan. But, Sir Roy, mo video show na.
Dali lang kuan ako. Ginabuhat mo ko ang ang link sa attendance kay share na nako. Pero mag-play ako video. Okay na? Can I share na my screen?
Please do.